8:25 a.m. out here just off of I-10 inside of Louisiana. Lake Pontchartrain behind me. You can really see the onshore flow. The wind's starting to pick up, probably 25 to 30 miles an hour sustained right now. You can see the storm surge really starting to push in here inland. In just a few short hours, this whole area right here is going to be completely underwater. All this trash and debris is going to be floating all over the place. It's going to be an absolute mess, but that right there is just the least of the worries. A strong Category 4 bound to make landfall in southeast Louisiana just in about 4 hours. Just a few miles northeast of Houma, Louisiana. It's 9:45 a.m. here as Hurricane Ida makes its way closer and closer towards a landfall on the southeast Louisiana coast. A lot of places like Grand Isle, Louisiana are going to be completely decimated. You can see this little town here behind me on the water. We've got an airboat guide service, fishing business. You can see right now coming up to the grass level, and at the same exact level this road is going to be completely impassable here in just a few hours. Winds are actually starting to pick up and down. It's starting to rain. Des Allemands, I guess is the name of the town. 9:50 a.m. You can see a lot of people stayed and didn't take the evacuation order seriously. This is a pretty low-lying area. I mean, this is fisherman country. You know, they got their boats and their traps out of the water, and most of the boats are put up. But this guy right here, look at this. This is just a mobile home right here alongside the water that is likely going to not be standing here in the next few hours. So this is just terribly sad. It is a tragic time. You can see these people, they've got their livelihood stacked up right here alongside the road. All the traps are pulled out of the water, boats are out of the water. It looks like this is just a fishing community all the way around, and just probably some great people that unfortunately are fixing to lose everything that they've got. There's a little levee system right here. It's just kind of like I wouldn't say a levee, but it is just a retaining wall holding this water back, just a dam. You can see everything over here is below sea level. I'm gonna go ahead and park my truck right here in just a second. Look, there's a guy standing on the front porch right there. I'm gonna park my truck right here in just a second, and I'm gonna show you guys the level of the water. And you can already see us driving through it now. This is just rainfall, flash flooding that's taking place where the water's stacking up. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out right here and show you guys exactly what I mean. They're calling for 15 foot, 11 to 15 foot in this particular area of storm surge. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't see this levee being 4 foot from the water holding back 15 foot of storm surge. So it's obviously, once we get that onshore flow, the east side of that storm starts wrapping in here. It's just gonna go right over this levee here. It's gonna start pushing into this community, and these houses are gonna be absolutely ravaged. We are heading southwest to Raceland. Raceland's in between New Orleans and Houma. Closer to Houma, I feel like that's where the eye is going to cross over. So we're trying to make it to the point of the eye. Got to have a little bit of a break there and punch the eye wall. 11:50 a.m. Thibodaux, Louisiana. Winds are really starting to pick up here as Hurricane Ida makes landfall just west of Grand Isle in southeast Louisiana. 12:30 p.m. right here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. We've decided to ride out Hurricane Ida here in Thibodaux. Just southeast of here is Raceland, which is 14 feet above sea level. Wasn't too bad there, but it was a little outdated for me. It looked like an old town. Everything was very constricted and choked off. A lot of big trees by the roadside. A lot of old school buildings that looked like they could become flying toothpicks or 4x4s flying through the air. Didn't want to get trapped in by power lines or tree debris littered throughout the road. So we kind of pushed a little bit further northwest, a little bit newer, up to date. So we know these buildings probably aren't going to go anywhere through Hurricane Ida. Now, if it gets too bad, if you look over my shoulder here, we got Academy Sports and Outdoors. This wind's going to be coming right down this hill, just ripping right down through here. It's set up right behind this structure or on this other side here to get cover if we start seeing a lot of flying debris and things that could really endanger us. outside of the eye wall. It looks like the eye wall of Hurricane Ida is just to our southeast, pushing northwest about 13 miles an hour. Sustained winds about 130 miles an hour. Definitely hurricane force gusts right now. 2:18 p.m. here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Wind is really kicking up here on the outside of the outside eye wall right now. This building behind me, just saw the side of it. This wind is intense. That's in excess of 85 to 90 miles an hour right here. A lot of people say all the time, oh, it's 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. This right here is truly 60 to 70 mile an hour sustained winds, gusting to 90 right now in Thibodaux, Louisiana. You can see up ahead of me right here, I'm in this open parking lot. That way I can see debris flying at me. Just in case some debris starts coming across here, I can get out of the way, take shelter, or whatever I need to do. I don't recommend anybody being outside in these conditions right now. They are only going to get a whole lot worse here in Thibodaux. Thibodaux now, headed to Raceland. We are on borrowed time. Looks like Hurricane Ida is headed to Raceland, and we might not make it before she gets there. Wow, that was a big, big wind gust. I'm not sure what it was, guys, but something just impaled the side of my truck. I'm trying to get through here before these trees go down. Look at that pine, that one's about to go. Trees are falling all over the place. I think something flew out of a tree and smashed the side of my truck. It shook the whole entire truck when it hit me. I'm gonna get out up here and check it out and see what it is. I almost think it's a piece of wood that literally impaled the side of my truck. My goodness.
Daniel, can you hear me?
Roof just got ripped off this building. I think simultaneously the windows just blew out of it. Debris flying everywhere. Porter potty. I look over to my right shoulder, it's flying through the air, about 15 feet through the air. Headed right for my truck. Pretty rough area that I was in there, to some more open ground. I was worried about that big building collapsing, and I came over here around the corner and this roof ripped off. I didn't see it happen, but this is the building that we were just watching. Well, I said the top peeled off of it and then everything blew out. Well, I saw it fly up earlier, what finally peeled back and ripped all the way off. A lot of floating debris. Flash flooding right now is a big deal. There's probably 4 inches of water on the ground, maybe more. So you can see
there is no yellow on top of you currently, so if you had to go somewhere you could, although the wind is really bad. It's passing over Raceland right now as we speak.
good. Roof's coming off Office Depot. Turning on LA 20 South out of Thibodaux. I know I keep messing the name up, but hey, it is what it is, Thibodaux. I am headed the hell up out of this place. Hopefully the roads are passable and I can get around the down power lines and down trees. I'm gonna try to work my way up towards Baton Rouge. Gauge says I got 200 miles till empty. I don't have a whole lot of fuel, but I got a decent amount. Looks like I am on the road to out of this town, so I am headed southwest, and then it's going to bring me west and then back up to the northwest into Baton Rouge. So trying to get to Baton Rouge. I'd like to get there in the next hour or so if I can. I know it's going to be, you know, tight roads and down power lines, down trees and stuff like that. May be impassable, but I surely got to try it. That's my only way out of. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me! And that right there is gonna hold me up. Doesn't look like I am going anywhere fast. That tree is not gonna be moved anytime soon. I've got a saw in here, but I'm not even gonna attempt to remove that tree. Well, boys, I may be stuck in Thibodaux for a little while. Fortunately, I say fortunately, it doesn't look like they had a ton of damage. This is more on the far western side of the eye wall, so this is definitely a good thing. I may have a good route out of here. I see some power lines down ahead of me. We're just going to keep on pushing north until we can get far enough west to cut over to Baton Rouge. There's some big lines going over the road here. I've driven over lines before and blown out both tires, so you got to be really careful with these power lines. I'm assuming that they're all dead right now, not live, but this road right here is almost impassable. Oof. Lord help me, Lord help me, Lord help me. Oh. My truck is almost touching the lines there. Thank you, Lord. I don't know what's up ahead of us, but praying it's not too bad. I am nerve-wracking right now. We're headed northwest. We're trying to get to White Castle, and then we're going to shoot up towards Baton Rouge. We took one heck of a rerouting, but I think we are out of there. Haven't seen any trees down, or haven't seen any power lines down in the last 3 to 4 miles, so that's a really good sign. But the wind has not let up. It's still gusting to 70 miles an hour where we're at, probably 50 mile an hour sustained, so definitely jerking me all over the road, but we're trying to make the best of it and get back safely. So, oh man, one hell of a day. I am mentally and physically exhausted.
My son wants to know if you're Jim Couture.
I'm not. I'm Big Dan, the tropical weatherman. Y'all look me up on Facebook.